In this video, I'll be going over how to stand out from all the thousands of other marketing agencies. And I speak to agency owners every single day. And one of the reoccurring problems that I hear is that they can deliver a great service and they can definitely sell. But the biggest problem that they face is that they're not speaking to enough qualified prospects every single day. And one of the main reasons for that is because they look like everyone else. Their agency looks like every single other one. So because of that, they get no interest, they get no bookings, they sign no clients, and they're limited in terms of their scale. So what I'll be doing is walking through the 3 steps that I recommend to pretty easily stand out from all the other marketing agencies, and this is what we do for our clients as well. So make sure you watch until the end, because every single step is great on its own, but if you use them together, you're really going to get that exponential effect in terms of booking meetings and signing clients. So the first thing that you want to do is present what you do as a solution, not a service. So when I was first starting out, I was running my lead generation agency, and I would get onto these sales calls and I would spend way too long speaking about things that no one actually cared about. So I would talk about the domains, the setup, the email copy, all these small, minute details that I obsessed over because I was running the service. But to the prospect, I just sounded like a nerd talking about all this tiny stuff that they didn't care about. Because the thing is, prospects don't care how you do what you do. They only care about what you can do for them. So where they wanted to hear, that I would help them to book meetings, sign more clients, increase their revenue, that's what they wanted to hear. All I said was, yeah, I'm going to set up this domain, I'm going to run this ad, and I'm going to write this copy. And it doesn't align with what they want to hear. So by presenting what you do as a solution, right, talking about the outcomes of what you do, this is immediately going to allow you to stand out. Because what most people do, for example, is they identify as an email marketing agency or an SEO agency. And the thing is, if you say that already, you are seen as no different from all the other email marketing agencies. But if you say, for example, that you'll help them generate an extra 200K a month within 6 to 9 months by building out, this, advanced system, right? It's just an example. That's already going to set you apart because you're talking about the outcomes as opposed to your service, right? So this applies outside of the agency space as well. So for example, if you were, you spent all day working, you're super hungry, you go to this restaurant and you just want to order your food, and they start saying, okay, cool, so we're going to cut up these onions, we're going to put it in a pot, we're going to heat it for this long at this temperature. You wouldn't care. You'd be like, dude, no one wants to know this. Just bring my food, Because people don't care about how you do it. They just care about what you're going to do. And in that case, it's bringing the food. So keep this in mind at all times where you're speaking to potential prospects. So you'll do this, or you'll use this when you're sending emails, talking about the outcomes, when you're on a sales call, talking about the outcomes. It applies everywhere in business and honestly in life. The second way that you can stand out from other marketing agencies is actually with your results. So we had a new client come to us and he was running cold email campaigns before working with us. And he just couldn't get them to work, right? He was saying he tried every single offer, he tried every single format for it, every single thing that he could think of, and he still couldn't get results. So the first thing that we did when we checked the copy was we saw that there's no case studies. So he was making these huge promises because he was great at what he did. So he could make these huge promises in terms of results that he'd get. So he had a great offer and he structured the emails perfectly, right? It was easy to read, it was great, but he had no case studies in the actual email, right? So the first thing that we did was literally just mention 1, 2, or even 3 case studies in the first email. And that alone increased the results dramatically because anyone can make a claim in terms of the offer. So just like we spoke about in the last point, speaking on the outcomes. So that's the first step. Everyone can do that. I mean, most people don't, but anyone can do that. And the 1% that do, they do it, but they never back it up. So the reason that we have case studies is just to build trust with the prospects and to really give evidence that we can do what we're claiming to do. And the truth is that prospects, they want to believe you. They want to believe that you can get them this outcome because it's so rare. But sometimes we just need to provide that little bit of trust or that little bit of credibility in order to get them over the line to book a meeting or close the sale. So if you have gotten results for someone, even just one person or one business, you want to use this everywhere. In your marketing, in your sales, talk about how you did it, why you did it, their results, interview them, just put it everywhere, because it's so common in the agency space, especially with all the beginners coming in, they just get started and they deliver really bad results. So in order for you to stand out, because if you're watching this, I hope you deliver great results, but assuming you do, assuming you're established, you have all these results, you have all these case studies. So your differentiation, your way to stand out is by presenting these case studies everywhere, because anyone, like I said, anyone can make a claim, but no or very few people can actually back up that claim. And like I was saying, sometimes you need the credibility, right? Just in order to get the trust from people. So for example, if you went to a doctor and he didn't have a degree, right, you probably wouldn't take his advice. But because he has that degree, because he has that evidence, a case study you can call it, that he went to medical school, that he studied, that he learned all this stuff, because he has that, now you just trust him by default, right? Even if he's completely stupid, you'd still trust him because he has this credibility. And the third way to stand out from all the other marketing agencies is to provide value beforehand. So before trying to get them onto a call, before trying to get the sale, you just want to provide value in terms of content, in terms of free resources beforehand. So this actually came from a conversation that I was having with my friend Charlie. And we were talking about the impacts of YouTube that it's had on his business and my business. And we were saying that YouTube has honestly been one of the most useful investments into the business than ads, than this outreach method, than anything else. Because YouTube is where you can provide so much value beforehand, just by creating long form videos, giving out, the secrets, the content, the ideas, the value, all of that beforehand. And because of that, people trust you so much when they get onto a sales call, for example, and it's like they've been watching you for hours, almost like they've been having a conversation with you for hours, right? Because they can just watch your videos as much as they want. So by the time they come onto sales calls, they like you, they trust you, they know what you do, and they're pretty much ready to buy. So you're doing less selling because the marketing, the content, the value that you provided beforehand, it's been doing selling for you on autopilot. That's why we've been saying that it's such a great investment. And this can apply with things besides YouTube. You don't have to get on camera, even though I'd recommend it. But besides that, even just providing, content, valuable content on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, anywhere where your clients are or prospects are, this will help you hugely, because 99% of agency owners don't do anything in terms of content. They just have a website and an about me section on there, and that's the extent of it. So if you can just do this, you will be miles ahead of other agency owners. And the reason that this actually works is based off a psychological principle called the law of reciprocation. And we don't have to go into all this stuff now, but the way it works is if you give something to someone, they have an actual inclination, an actual urge to give something back to you. It's built into us, it's hardwired into us that we want to give back if someone does something for us. So the way this works is we are providing value in terms of content, showing someone how to book meetings, how to sign clients. And because they get this value, because they implement it, they see, oh, okay, what Ethan's saying actually works. Then they say, okay, great. So I got this from Ethan. Now I want to give something back. So in most cases, it'll be, getting onto a call, signing up, getting even better results as a client. But besides that, people just want to give things back. And on top of that, people want to do things with people that they trust. So one way to build trust is by familiarity, right? This is just seeing the same person over and over and over, right? This is why I guess you trust your family, hopefully, because you've just seen them so many times. This is why you trust your friends, because you've seen them so many times. So if someone's watching your content every single day for years on end, and they see your name pop up every single day, they're just gonna trust you by the mere fact that they've been seeing you all this time, right? And then you compare this to other agencies who they've seen once, on some random email, versus you that they've been consuming for hours on end. They're gonna trust you. If you had kids, who would you rather watch them if you were out the house for one day? The neighbor next door that you've never met before, some random guy on the street, or one of your family members, right? Hopefully one of your family members or someone that you trust. And this trust is built off of, the value that they've provided for you in the past, the fact that you know them for so long, and the fact that you can just trust them. So these are the 3 things that I'd recommend you do to stand out from all the other marketing agencies. And if you want help implementing this directly from myself or someone on the team, all you need to do is check the link in the description and we can set up a time where we can talk about how you can book more meetings, sign more clients, and have it all done for you completely automatically. So that's all from this video, and I will talk to you soon.